What's going on, brothers? Shall I me tell you the name? Got another video for you. It's written title, Year of Consequences, Part 3. Here goes. So, this past weekend, the Taliban forces over in that land of Ishmael we call Afghanistan has managed to eviscerate feminism. They did that in one weekend. And this proves once and for all that for the 2 decades that the U.S. military has been over there in Afghanistan, the whole thing was completely fucking pointless, and it has made the U.S. military and the U.S. government look like one big fucking joke. It really has. And for brothers who are worth their salt, brothers who have eyes to hear, we look at what's going on in Kabul and how these Western feminists and lamb whales and entitlement whores can sit up here and demonize and steamroll men 24/7, 7 days a week, but tell you they're strong and independent, don't need no man. But if they can do all that, why the fuck aren't they flying out to Kabul to save their sisters? Why aren't they doing that? Oh, that's right. They're strong and independent as long as they're being subsidized by taxpayers. They're strong and independent, they don't need no man as long as the men are the workhorses and as long as they're mandated to shut the fuck up and produce. Let me tell you something. If any of these mentally challenged land whales, these entitlement whores, and these gunocrat goons really ever lived under a hard patriarchy, they wouldn't last a week. I mean, they've never lived outside of the West. They've never lived in a culture where you're held to a standard, and if you deviate from that standard, you get stoned to death. They don't know a fucking thing about that. And especially over in that land of Ishmael. Those Kendricks, those people don't take any shit from anybody. That's why that land is referred to as the graveyard of empires. The sons of Ishmael have been living by the sword for thousands of years. And if you think that they're going to somehow embrace feminism and this alphabet soup lifestyle, you are a fucking fool. That will never ever happen. That will never happen. That's just who they are. That's not going to happen. And I would know this personally because our Kendrick has actually had to fight them years ago, millenniums ago. They don't take any shit. But I gotta say it like this. If those Afghan women are coming to the West, they're being evacuated over here, it is possible that they will be indoctrinated and become feminists. That's possible. I'm not sure if they'll reject it or just say no to it and just do their own thing, but it's highly likely they probably will be indoctrinated. It's possible. So they could be looking at possible culture shock, and they will most likely rebel against all this brainwashing, all this propaganda, and all this feminist sewage. And when that happens, shit'll probably get ugly. But this is the era of consequences. And I'm expecting things to get ugly anyway. Because these are legendary bad days, these are perilous times, and in these last days there will be wars, rumors of wars, there will be pestilence and evil. And I'm still prepping for that. And I'm saying that to say this. You know how you're seeing certain trans women arguing and fighting with women in public places. You see how they're like muscling in to these territories that were once female domains. That's the new normal. That is the new normal. And it's been like that for at least a few years now. In fact, Brother Jerron Markell was kind enough to share with me a video that happened 2 years ago where this trans woman was cursing out a black woman while they were in a grocery store, and it got ugly. That right there, that happened 2 years ago, but today that's the new normal. And I wager that at some point, those trans women are actually going to take female sports away from actual females, biological females. You're going to see that. Because this is the era of consequences. These women who have been screaming for decades that they're strong and independent, they don't need no man, they can do bad all by themselves, they're stunning and brave and all that other shit, it's coming back to bite them. And for you brothers out there who understand the law of reaping and sowing, if you plant bad seeds, you will reap a terrible harvest again and again and again. These feminists, these 40-year-old DNA dumpsters and single mothers who are angry because the doors are being slammed in their face and men are not approaching them, they're learning that right now the hard way. And to be quite honest, I have no sympathy for them. And the same goes for the Cleon bitches who are sticking up TikTok right now and complaining that men aren't approaching them. And my brother Black Mime was kind enough to put out a video where he was asking certain BWs to come onto the live stream and explain to brothers why men should still be approaching them in this day and age. None of them came to that live stream. You hear? None of them came to that live stream because they don't have a valid argument. See, they were too chicken shit. And I'm saying that to say this. Because we're in the era of consequences and shit is going to continue to go sideways, there shouldn't be any more bitch-made simps. There shouldn't be any more white knighting Cro-Magnons. There shouldn't be any more psychotic malcontents throwing shit at any of us in our comment sections or trying to bash these channels. There shouldn't be any more of them doing that, because this 6-decade-long feminist onslaught is pretty much an IQ test. And for you brothers out there who are strong enough to learn, adjust, and adapt, you've passed this IQ test. But these bitch-made simps and these thirsty white knighting Cro-Magnons and these man-china butt plugs, they keep failing this IQ test over and over again. You see, a lot of them are thirsty and they're proud of that. A lot of them let their meat missile do the talking for them. And then the others are stuck on stupid and just happy to be there. Which means that if you explain to them that relationships today fail the cost-benefit analysis, they will, your message will go in one ear and out the other in regards to these man-china butt plugs and these bitch-made simps. And these guys fit the description of what Booker T. Washington refers to as specimens who ought to be paying rent for the air that they breathe. That's what they are. But this is the era of consequences. And reality does not go away just because these feminists, these bitch-made simps, and these bench out butt plugs refuse to accept it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they've been faking the funk for a long time, and at some point, even these man-china butt plugs and these bitch-made simps, they'll even say, you know what, this is ridiculous. And they're going to walk away. And you're going to see that happen pretty soon, because when you take into account that There are men out there pissing away $3,000 a month chasing tail. There are TikTok videos of young simps throwing away $600 on a steak dinner, and the trollop that they try to get with curves them or just pie faces them and tells them to go away. They'll eventually get sick of that shit. They'll eventually say, you know what? I'm wasting my damn time. You're going to see more of that, and you're going to see more of these trollops crying on TikTok about men who refuse to approach them. Hell, over in, like, I think it was over in Sweden or over in Denmark, the feminists over there are begging men to marry them and give them kids. I mean, times are changing, people are changing. And it's going to continue because this is the era of consequences. But it's not what I think. How about you, brothers? What are your thoughts on the subject? Love to hear about in the comment section. This is Lon McTow. That's all I got. Like the video, like, share, and commentary, feel free to subscribe. If you're doing visit my channel, you find a tip jar on the upper right side of the screen, and this is your icon. All right, fam. All right, brethren. You know it's real. You know routine. Going away, live boy. SYSPM. That's for these bitch-made simps, these feminists, these mentally challenged land whales, and those who are problem with what we say and how we say it. Give them nothing. This has been McTow PSA. More commercials tight. See you soon.